Hi, this is Andy Barclay with Remax Elite, and today we're visiting 630 Jillotus Street in Merritt Island, Florida. This 4-bedroom, 2-bath home is located in Iroquois Village in central Merritt Island. And I'd like to point out as we're walking toward the front door, this house has many great features that I'll point out as we're going through. One of them, though, we can see right now. This house has hurricane shutters throughout the entire home, except for a few of the smaller windows, but those have separate panels that can be installed. Now, we don't like to talk about hurricanes in Florida, and typically our area is not affected by them, but it's nice to have these hurricane shutters anyway because you'll save significantly on your homeowner insurance if you have a wind mitigation study done when you purchase the home. We have a newer roof, a 30-year dimensional architectural shingle. The roof was replaced about 7 years ago, so there's still lots of life left on the roof. You can see we have a beautiful wood front door as we're walking up to it, with the stained glass window. Now as we walk through the front door, you'll immediately see that we look into the large family room. We'll take a closer look at it in just a minute, but I'd like to point out that you do have a wood-burning fireplace off to the left and a nice tall vaulted ceiling in this room. The French doors that we see in the center of the screen lead to the large screened porch that we'll see toward the end of the video. Off to the left here we have a hallway that takes us to the 3 non-master bedrooms and one of the 2 bathrooms. We'll head back this way in just a minute again for more detail. But first I'd like to turn to my right and I'll show you the entry that we are now going to walk through as we head toward the formal dining room. This room is 14 by 12, and as you can see by the furniture that's in it, there's plenty of room for a full-size table and furniture. We have a really nice view of the neighborhood through the front windows here. In fact, I'll show you the view. If you haven't been to Iroquois Village before, what you are seeing is very typical. Lots of nice upscale homes. And let me zoom here. We also have access to Rotary Park across the street here. Rotary Park is one of the larger parks in Merritt Island. Very nice facilities. It's actually a park that our 2-year-old daughter loves and we visit regularly. So if you have smaller kids, even if you have older kids or grandkids, it's really a nice location because they can just walk over to the park very easily. Now as you can see, we're now walking toward the kitchen. The kitchen in this home is very large. It's 17 feet by 12 feet. We have Energy Star appliances, and as I move to the side, I'm going to turn to my left to show you we have a convection oven here, lots of cabinets. We have a smooth top range, a beautiful high quality laminate floor. We have a Bosch dishwasher. I'm going to walk up this way to show you that not only do we have a large closet for your dishes or anything else you'd like to store, but as I turn to my right, you'll see we have a really nice walk-in pantry here. Before we take a close look at it though, I'd like to show you the refrigerator, this built-in desk area, again more cabinets, and I'd also like to point out the island here is not only functional, but it's also portable. So we have some wheels on the bottom, so if you'd prefer it not to be in the kitchen for a period of time, it easily rolls into the walk-in pantry. As you'll see as we go through this home, there is tons of storage space. In fact, when we get out to the garage, there's a 60 square foot room under air that you can use for storage. There are also walk-in closets in all of the bedrooms, and also abundant storage just in closets throughout the home. Now as we walk through the kitchen, you can see we have the dining area off to our left. As I continue turning to my left, you can see the family room again, which we'll walk through in just a minute. In fact, I will continue turning to my left just to give you another look at the kitchen from another angle. And I'll point out, just going back to the storage, here we have 4 more cabinets. So everywhere you look, there's places to put your stuff, which is always nice to have. Now before we go into the master bedroom, I'm actually going to take you into the utility room and out into the garage. Now as we walk into the utility room, you'll see it is quite spacious. Plenty of room for a large washer-dryer. We have one of 2 hot water heaters in this house, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. And as you can see, there's also plenty of room for an extra freezer or refrigerator if you'd like to have one for storage. As we go into the garage, you will see it is an oversized garage. It is a 2-car or 2-bay garage, but we have lots of space on the side. The garage is actually just under 700 square feet. So in the garage we have this 6x10 storage room with lots of space. The great thing about this room is not only do you have the space, but it is under air. We have the air blowing in here, but we also have an air outtake on the other side, so the air is constantly circulating through the room. So it's not just cooling, but it's actually pulling the air out and helping to dehumidify. I mentioned the hurricane shutters that are throughout the house. We actually have 2 hurricane-rated garage doors on the house as well, which will give you additional savings on your insurance. We have a central vac, so there is a central vacuum that goes throughout the home. I'll take you into this corner in just a second, but I'm going to do something I typically don't do with my videos, and that's show you the attic. This attic is finished, meaning we have a floor here, we have shelving, and we have a light as well. Not a lot of homes in Florida do have this type of storage in the attic, so I do think it's worthwhile pointing out. So in the garage you have the attic storage, and you also have the under air storage. And then back here in the corner you can see we have the non-accordion hurricane shutter panels, and we also have one of 2 air handlers in the house. So as we're walking back into the house, I'll tell you this house has a 2-zone AC system, excuse me, which means that there are 2 air handlers for the home. That's nice because not only does it make everything cooler, but it's actually more energy efficient too. With this house specifically, the way the doors are situated, you can close off one half of the house with the other bedrooms and cool it less than you're cooling the main living areas and the master bedroom. So if you don't have a full house here all the time, you can actually save on your power bill by turning the second zone up. Same goes with a hot water heater. There's one hot water heater for the kitchen and master, and a second one for the second bathroom, which would serve the other bedrooms. So taking a look at the main living area again, I'm now turning to my right so that we can walk into the master bedroom. Before we do, I'll take a quick turn to the left to show you that we have one more storage closet. So again, talking about that abundant storage space here. Now the master bedroom is 17 by 16. You can see we have a king-size bed in front of us. As I turn to my left, you'll see that we have more furniture along the wall. My point being that we have a large bed, we have some nice large wood furniture here, and there's still plenty of floor space. So lots of room in the bedroom. In addition to the large main room, as I continue turning to my left, you'll see that we have this nice office that adjoins the bedroom. Now you could use this for a nursery, for a den, currently being used as an office. Could just be a nice place to sit and relax in the morning if you chose to use it that way. And I'll show you that we have a nice view of the landscaped yard from this room. We'll head out in the backyard in just a minute, but you can see it's very attractive. Now next to the bedroom and the office, we have the master bath. Here you can see we have a double vanity with granite. And we also have the newer, actually very new, cabinets with the easy close drawers, so those close quietly and by themselves. So high quality cabinets. And then adjacent to that we have the other part of the bathroom, which has the commode, but more importantly it has a really nice large walk-in shower. So lots of room in there. And last but certainly not least, in the master suite we have a great walk-in closet. So I typically, again, don't focus on the closets, but this house has walk-in closets in every bedroom, and I certainly think that's worth pointing out. So now that we have seen the master bedroom, let's make our way through the heart of the home, dining area, kitchen, and family room. Before we do that though, I would like to show you the thermostat for the house. So that obviously is a very nice one. Not one that you would typically see, so definitely worth pointing out. So now that we are in the family room, before we walk through it, I'd like to point out again we have this large brick, a wood-burning fireplace in front of us. We have the vaulted ceiling with 2 ceiling fans. And then off to the right we have some French doors that lead out to the screened porch. We're going to head out there next. Before we do that, I'd like to take you through the doorway in front of us so that we can visit the non-master bedrooms. So as I'm sure you're noticing as we go through the house, there are a lot of nice details, some of which I'm not even really pointing out. One of them, though, I think is worth mentioning is the chair rail that you can see, this nice piece of trim in the hallway. Just a nice finishing touch that really makes this house feel like a home. And above me, I certainly don't want to walk by it, we have an exhaust fan. Now you see these, actually you don't see these typically in newer homes. Frankly, I'm not sure why, because it's just another energy efficient feature of this house. What that allows you to do, especially during the cooler months, is open up doors or windows, flip a switch, and have that exhaust fan pull out all the hot air through the roof while pulling in the nice cool fresh air through the windows. So not something you typically see on a newer home, but a really nice feature to have. Now we're walking into one of the 3 non-master bedrooms. This bedroom is 16 by 12. Like all of the bedrooms, it is carpeted. It has a really nice view of the backyard here. If I have not mentioned it yet, I will point out that this house sits on about 1/3 of an acre. It's actually, I think, 0.36 acres. So there's lots of room to run around in the back. In fact, there's room for a pool, but I'll talk to you more about that as we get into the backyard. So taking a look at the walk-in closet. Here's just another example of the nice trim that you find throughout the home. Now before we go in the next bedroom, I'd like to show you what we have behind the 4 doors we have on the left side of the hallway here. I've told you that there's a lot of storage in the home, and I'm really not kidding. So here we have another closet. Next to it, with the louvered door, we have the other air handler. So we had one in the garage, we have one here. Both of them are very energy efficient. If you'd like to know more specifics about them, please get in touch with me and I can give you exact SEER ratings and energy efficiency ratings. Next to the air handler we have the hot water heater, which you can see, just like the other one, is in great shape. And then next to that we have behind door number 4 another closet that also contains the central vacuum equipment. So now that we've checked out those doors, let's head back this way and we are going to look into one of the bedrooms. This one, you can see, has lots of possibilities. I believe this room is 13 by 12, so a nice large space with a walk-in closet. And now as we turn to our right, you'll see we have the 4th bedroom in front of us. Before I tell you about that, I'm going to continue turning to my right so I can show you the 2nd bedroom. Now this is the the 2nd bathroom. This is the non-master bathroom. It does have the same, I believe, the same granite as the master. If it's not identical, it's also very attractive like the master. Then we have the high quality cabinets here, as we did in the master bath. So you can pull them out, and then they close by themselves. And then on the other side of this room, we have a tiled bathtub and shower, and then the commode to the left. We have the tiled floor. And one thing I'll point out, some people ask when they're looking at homes, does this have a popcorn ceiling or a knockdown ceiling? I'd like to show you that we have a nice knockdown texture. Some people call it a skip trowel texture, but we do not have a popcorn texture anywhere in this house. And then finally, to my left, we have the 4th bedroom. It's currently being used as a chapel, so we're not going to be looking in it, but I can tell you that it's 12 by 12, it is carpeted, and it's in great shape. There's nothing to keep from the video, but just out of respect, we're not going in there. However, if you visit the home, you're more than welcome to check it out. And it does have a walk-in closet, like the other bedrooms. So as we walk back into the family room, I'm going to just give you one more look at it. And we are then going to head into the backyard. We have French doors in front of us, which let light inside. So we're now on the screened porch. I don't have the dimensions handy, but I want to say it's like 16 by 14. My point is, it is, to use the word again, rather large. Lots of space for furniture, a great place for entertaining or relaxing. And we're now walking into the backyard. One of the things I think is great about this backyard is it has the large mature oak trees, and while there is not a pool at the house, there is room for a pool. And you could put a pool in easily without having to take the oak trees out. Now as we go around the corner here, a couple things I'd like to show you quickly. We do have a water softener as well as a reverse osmosis purification system for the kitchen. We also have a 9-zone irrigation system that is on a private well. That's important because not all of the houses in this area have their own wells, and they have to run the irrigation off the city water. As you can imagine, with a yard this large with a 9-zone system, if you had to use city water, it could get expensive quickly. But with your own private well, you're not paying for that water, and it's very economical to operate. Again, I'll just point out the hurricane shutters that you find throughout the house, except on these smaller windows, but as we saw in the garage, there are panels for all of those. We have gates on either side of the house, and a newer Eco-Life fence. So, private fenced backyard. I'm actually going to walk out to the corner here just to show you the back of the house. Such a nice home. I certainly want to give you a nice view of it. So again, we have the 30-year architectural shingle. It's a newer roof with at least 20 years left on the life of the shingles. As I hope you can tell as we're walking through the backyard, it's a nice quiet neighborhood. We're doing this on a Sunday morning, which is typically when you'd have people outside making noise if they were going to. Now as I walk back into the house, I'm kind of going through my mental list of features in this house. A couple things I did not point out that I'd like to mention before we end the video is the house is wired for a generator. So if you have your own generator, that can be plugged into an outlet in the garage so that anytime the power is off, you can turn the generator on and you can power the house, which is definitely a nice thing to have. And all of the walk-in closets have AC vents, so even if the doors are closed, the air is still circulating through and it's still cooling. But with that said, today we have visited 630 Jillotus Street in Merritt Island in beautiful Iroquois Village. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. It's just under 2,600 square feet, easy for me to say, under air. It's just over 3,500 square feet under roof when you include the large oversized garage and the screened porch. My name is Andy Barclay, and my wife and I are both full-time realtors with RE/MAX Elite. If you'd like more information about this house, you can give me a call at 321-514-9862, or you can email me at andy@thinkandy.com. Thanks for watching.